Anyway,
It's cool,
thank
mate.
you, thank you for joining, mate. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, no problem. It's been a little bit tricky than we thought to get it done, didn't it? Innit? But
Yeah, I
here we
know.
are.
Here we
You
are.
don't mind? I'm going to have a couple of beers while doing it. Me and Danny are going to have a few drinks now. Play a bit
Do
of Call of
whatever you
Duty.
want,
So
bro.
this is my first.
Drink, smoke weed, do what you want.
Nice. That's all right.
I just want to kick it off straight away, basically. First of all, just tell the people who you are. I also know who you are, but people that are listening might not. So,
Yeah. So I'm Ben. I'm Ben Marsh, 29 from Wakefield. I'm a videographer. Mostly do weddings, I guess. Do quite a lot of corporate. Do whatever comes my way, really. Been doing it since I was 15. Yeah, that's
what got you
about it.
into it, bro? Because 15, that's like, well, I can't really say much because I started when I was like 16, but still, like, what got you into it? Because that's before even college was a thing. Obviously, you must have still been in school, right?
Yeah. So I was in, when I was 15, I was in year 10. With 2005, basically I started parkour free running. And then, I feel like everyone who does that sort of thing ends up filming while they're at it, do you know what I mean? And so
Yeah,
I was not really a natural at that sort of thing by any means, like flipping about and whatever. So I kind of went more along the route of just filming them, filming my pals when we were out and about, and then just kind
yeah.
of from there, I'd say like 3 or 4 years later, I'd stopped doing parkour and whatever, and I was just kind of still filming like different things, just boozing and smoking and pranks and shit like that, and it just kind of went from there, really.
So like what? So how did it like become a full-time thing? At what point did it become like, right? Well, I can actually start earning money from this.
Yeah. Sorry, I've just literally been for like a big run, and so I'm like a little bit asthmatic, and I've been thinking, why have I done that at this point? But so I'd done like a Leeds Fest video, just of like us lot just doing whatever, just boozing in like a Leeds Fest, and
Yeah,
then a pal of mine, he had one of the biggest nights, like probably up north really, called Swagger. Is Danny Jones, my mate. And then, like, I think he must have been on like his second or third Swagger, and he was like, he'd seen basically the importance of doing videos,
yeah,
in like the nightlife sort of industry. And so he was like, "Do you want to do a video for it?" Well, he was more like, "Do a video for us," rather than "Do you want to," like, because me and him are pals, and
yeah.
I think he'd just kind of seen that I was not really doing anything at the time, and so he sort of suggested that, and then it just kind of went from there. So.
Shit. So that's how it all started off with the nightlife
Yeah,
stuff.
but that was 2010. So it's like
Jeez.
it's in September. In September of this year, it'll be like 10 years since I've like got my first paid job. But
So
it was
you
like 5 years before that was just kind of filming, just whatever.
was really in there, eh? With the nightclub scene. Jeez.
I know from early, yeah, definitely. And, and then it kind of went from Swagger to I went from there to like Christian Alexander at Funky Bass, and then at the time he was like best friends with Tom Zanetti, and so me and
Yeah.
Tom started doing bits together, and that's so I've been doing like their bits from from just about from when I started. I think they've been around doing bits like maybe a year before me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was about to
Yeah,
ask, how did you meet Tom Zanetti? So was that through doing nightlife stuff, or did you
yeah,
know?
yeah. No, so we'd so I was a fan, to be fair, and I was like I kind of knew all the Tom's words before I'd ever met him and stuff. So it's pretty
Yeah.
funny nowadays. Like when we do shows and that, I do proper get into it and that. But yeah, no, I'd seen him out uptown in Wakefield, and like by this point I'd done like a video of Swagger and like a video for Vanner in Wakefield. So I'd done a couple,
Yeah.
and he came up to me at Smoking Area Hub, and I would be just don't know why I did it, but I was being proper cocky. I never met him, and I was like, "Oh God, here he is," or something like that, and it was just like it was proper mad cocky, and then we ended up like being a fight out of it, and Josh's brother and Tizzy, they always say it was me that was like, because someone got smacked, but it just absolutely wasn't me. And it were a pal of mine, to be fair. But yeah, that's kind of like it all kind of started with a fight, and then me and Tom were messaging each other the following day, just talking about the fight. And by this point, I was like, basically, it kind of got wrapped up with me saying, if you're ever after a video and whatever, I do videos, and I'd like to do your videos and that. So yeah, it literally went from there. I've still got the messages like in my inbox. If you scroll right to the start of the conversation, which is like
Yeah.
10 years old or something, yeah, there it is.
So it all started from a fight, eh?
All started from me being really cocky. Like he'd come over to me asking for a cig, and I'd just been cocky. I don't even know why I liked him. It's funny, like now that I know Tom so well, and I've seen what his inbox is like. Let's say, it's like I did what so many like trolls do to him. Do you know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
was cocky, but I was ready to like make that like sudden switch of being a friend.
Yeah.
And there's like he shows me messages all the time where people like literally do that. They'll inbox him something proper like cocky and whatever. And if he replies nice, they'll be like, "Oh, I'm only kidding, bro." Do you know what I mean? Like I like you and all this and that. And I've seen it's mad that it did kind of start like because I see it nowadays and I think, why are they being like that? And then I know that I did that myself, so a bit fucking weird, really.
It's mad, really. I think Tom gets so much hate, and I don't even fucking understand why, bro. Like, he's actually such a nice guy.
Yeah,
I
it's
couldn't
cool.
say anything bad about him, honestly.
Yeah.
Tell me about the tour then, because I know you went on tour with him. And how long was the tour? Was it a full year, or did you film multiple years? Or
No, what the tour with Tom?
yeah, with Tom, yeah.
No, so I mean, he had like a few years where he was absolutely smashing sets, sort of like maybe like 5 a week or something, and then that was like when Darling and You Want Me were like really popping, and then he did a UK tour. We did a few little tours like Ireland, and they did a few abroad that I maybe haven't been on, but the video, which is the UK tour, was just like it was like a week or two.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, that was good, very good.
But there's some mad stories from that.
Yeah. To be fair, it was quite. I remember Kane at the time. Kane, his business partner, was like getting pissed. Obviously, you know, Kane. He was getting pissed off at me because I was just boozing every night me on this tour. And but to be fair, that tour wasn't like. By our standards, that wasn't like it wasn't anything too mad. You know what I mean? They were proper just seeing it as work, whereas I was like, we had like a tour bus for the first couple of nights, and I was just proper like making most of it. Me, I was just boozing as I wanted, really.
Live life. Mate, how old were you?
Say that again.
How old were you at that point?
Oh, that wasn't too long ago. That tour video. That's like maybe I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, probably.
Yeah, that's it. It's a few years ago still.
Yeah, maybe 4 years ago. I've not been doing club stuff for like a couple of years at least.
Yeah, I've realised that. Well, I'm going to speak about what you're doing now later on, but I just want to talk about still going into the music/nightlife stuff. I've seen a picture of you and Bugsy Malone. Like, what's that all about? Explain a bit more about that.
Just I've got, funnily enough, I've got 2 fanboy pics with Bugsy, and the one we're in. The one that I uploaded recently, funnily enough, that's at Magna in Sheffield at like Springfest, or I forgot what the one's called, like the big 8,000 people thing they do. So that were at one, that were like just after he'd played a set, and I'm a big Bugsy fan, me, and I just thought, fuck, I'm having a photo. And then I've got another one on my Instagram with him where I'd seen him. We'd had him actually. In fact, now I say that, we'd done like a sleeping and cheating pool party at Magaluf, and then Charlie Sloth had been. He was like headline DJ, and them two had shot a video together like that day or something of Bugsy and Charlie. So Charlie brought Bugsy along with him. He were on stage and that. And yeah, so I don't know. It's just me being a fanboy.
I thought, to be honest, I thought you filmed him. That's why I propped up the question then.
I mean, I have, but like not like on any sort of personal level where he'd have any idea.
Okay.
I must say, I'm a fan, Bugsy. So if you're watching this, let's do a video.
Now moving a bit further, like recently, like quite very recently, I want to talk about the Robert De Niro and Arnold situation. Was there like press conferences that you attended, or was they actual like events that you managed to film?
Yeah, so from early, so there's a company called like Alexi, or they were called Alexi Fresh originally, and then nowadays they're called like an Experience With.
Yeah.
And they were one of my first clients, and I think because I was kind of in there, I was sort of so early as being like one of the cameramen from a time before everyone else was jumping on. But I say everyone, but I feel like there's a lot more coming in nowadays than there was. This must have been like 7 years ago, and yeah, so it were a guy from Halifax, and then the first ever show I did for him were Evander Holyfield, the guy who Mike Tyson bit his ear off.
Yeah.
And so I'd done that one, And yeah, that was like 7 years ago, and the events were just kind of pretty small at Cedar Court in Huddersfield.
Really?
And I'm gonna burp in. There we go. So that were at like Cedar Court in Huddersfield, and then like as his business grew, like he was just getting like mad guests, and then because I'd been from there from the start, I was just doing all these honestly mad guests. Like with him, I did so the first one were Holyfield, and then done Vinnie Jones, done Arnie 2 or 3 times, done Sylvester Stallone twice. Yeah, Mayweather, McGregor, Anthony Joshua.
What are these events like? What goes
It's
down?
just like, so for me, let's say, so the standard day of when I cover one of them events, it tends to be like 8 hours of filming. I get there, shoot the venue, being all empty and this and that. And then you film everyone arriving, you film everyone having a dinner. And then the guests will do like an hour and a half of talking on stage, just about their life and answering questions and that. And then they'll take a few photos and that after. And they're a funny gig then, because I get them. And say, like, when I was younger, when I was going out in Wakemore and whatever, like, say I'd done one of them events and I got a photo with one of the people. Yeah. And then I'd go uptown, I'd get like more people talk about them photos than any of my work I'd ever get. Do you know what I mean? And so them sort of photos to me, I look like someone who's proper on like a mission to just get all these celebrity photos, but I'm not really that arsed about it. But it's just
there in the moment. Why not?
It's the most simple tool for self-promotion you can imagine. You upload like a photo of one of them people and everyone fucking loves it, and everyone's seeing you uptown like, oh, you've done this and that. But realistically, I'm like, that them evenings aren't like, they're not that fun, really. Like, you have a moment or a few moments where you think like, as if I'm like stood a couple of meters away from this guy who's like mad famous. But apart from that, I'm filming people like queuing up and eating and that, and I'm thinking, this isn't the height of what we do. Do you know what I mean? But
yeah, of course.
Still cool.
It's a marketing strategy, like you said.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a genius way of doing it, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then recently, well, I think you might have been doing it for a while. I don't really know, but I know you're doing strictly like wedding films now. Like, what made you change? What made you really want to move towards that? Obviously, the money's brilliant, but like, you've done so much experience. What made you kind of fixate on weddings?
Yeah, I'm not like by any means kind of like strict or like strictly a wedding videographer. And sometimes with people, I hope people who book me for weddings know that, because I feel like there'd be more other wedding people you'd maybe get more of a complete package. Like some people you might go to, you might get all like a proper fancy, I don't know, it might come on like a USB that's like, God knows, diamond encrusted and some shit like that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Whereas like with me, I just kind of like the idea of just doing the video and giving them it for what it is. I don't want to be like dedicating loads of time to push myself as like I'm a wedding guy. But more than anything, I just about 2 or 3 years ago, I just proper made like a conscious decision to come away from nightlife, just because of that. I'm nearly 30. I've been doing it for like quite a lot of years by this point, and I don't know, I kind of got sick of it. More like just like when you're walking around in crowds and that, and people pulling you, and they're like, "Hey, take my photo," and I'm like, turning around like it's a video, and they're like, "No, take a photo," and I'm like, I'm literally doing a video. I'm not taking a photo, and I just couldn't be asked for these people. They piss me off.
I'm starting to get to that point as well. Like this year, I'm only doing certain events that are willing to pay a certain amount of money. Like, I'm not going below a certain amount of payments, because like you said, it's draining. You're staying up late at night, you're doing actually pretty long hours most nights and stuff like that for like cheap as chip stuff. And at the end of the day, if it ain't for us, they've got nothing to promote next time. Like, the video is their selling point.
Yeah, definitely.
But
I always think I see it mostly from, but I don't regret like doing any of it by any means. Like, I've met so many good people through like some of my best friends. And, but for me, I always see it as it was like the most, it was like a proper like trial and error sort of thing, that like if you cock them up, it don't matter that much really. Whereas like a wedding, like some people start on weddings and they go straight into wedding videography, like people who've barely filmed anything in their life, and I'm like, I look at it and I think that's just, I feel like it's rude to like somebody like me, where I've put so much practice into something else, because I don't want to cock it up. And there's people who come in, I think you're not even really sure what you're doing at all. And so I feel like nightclubs, you can just practice. It's good, safe practice, because if you mess it up, it don't really matter. Like I messed a few up over the times, and like maybe like I'd have a little debate with like the promoter and whatever, and then I don't know, even them, like the week later you shoot their next event, maybe you nail it and your mates again. Do you know what I mean? But it can also go in the other way around with promoters. Like, you can absolutely nail a video and they can love it, and you can be on a proper good vibe with them, and then maybe a month later you'll do another video, it's not so good, and they're not happy, and it just, like, that last video just almost like gets forgotten about. And well, they always get forgotten about, because they always need that next video to promote the next night. So I was realizing I was spending this much time on like a club video, well, like maybe a month later it was just totally who cared about it. And I just thought I want to be doing something. I want to be making stuff that like stands the test of time and means something to someone forever. Like every wedding video, they'll watch that like when they're 80 and shit. You know what I mean?
And that's why I tend to focus on music videos a lot, because it's same with music videos. Also, it does have some sort of massive hype, and then I wouldn't say it's forgotten about, but it does kind of fade out, obviously, as they grow.
Yeah.
But they always will look back on that video and be like, "Oh yeah, that's when this happened."
Yeah, definitely.
So that's why I tend to do a lot of music videos, because one, I want to go through that route, and then second of all, it does have that same sense as wedding videos, where it's meaningful. People are going to look back in it and think, "Oh, remember we did that video?" Or like, it happens now still to me. Like, I'm talking about videos I did 2 years ago or something, and it's still relevant. I kind of want to talk about as well, like, I know kind of briefly talks about it then, like, I've talked about the industry quite a lot in this, and I'm quite transparent with it. Like, I think that's the best thing about this podcast. I'm just open with what I say, and people can take it as it is. But if you know me personally, obviously I'm not a dickhead. It's just my thoughts and my opinions. Everyone have their opinions and shit. So I feel like the industry can be, it's not always, can be difficult in terms of egos and pride, and people are always out to get you and all this sort of stuff. Like, I won't say always, but there is a lot about, and especially in the area that we're in, I see it a lot. And no one kind of wants to work as a team. Is that kind of the reason why you wanted to step away from all of that and kind of go to weddings? Because weddings, you can do yourself, you know what I mean? And it's something you're going to enjoy as well, because you're around happy people. It's just a nice life. And when you do want to get into the nitty gritty stuff, like short films and music videos and all these things, it does feel like a competition in some sense. I don't see it as that, but I know a lot of people do. So is that kind of like, I'm just picking at your brain here, is that the conscious choice of why you went to weddings, just because it's a such more happier place to be?
Yeah, I guess it is. I feel like it's like, first of all, and main of all, I feel like there's less competition there. I feel like less people do it. I feel like there's loads of people doing like music videos and club scene and shit like that. I feel like there's not that many people doing weddings. I might be wrong, but I don't really look so much at other people.
No one's doing it no one's like, because your standard of wedding videos, I ain't seen no one do it like you, to be honest. Especially in the area that we're in, mate. Like, not even in the area, bro. I've even been following a few wedding pages on Facebook, and I'm just like, some of them don't even match to your standards. So I do get what you mean. Like, there's a lot of people in the industry, but not at a high standard.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, thank you very much.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah. God, I wish I'd not done that run, man. Yeah, it's what tell me the question again. I feel like I proper framed me. I've lost it.
Oh, it was a question as well. Jeez, it was basically like, did you make that conscious choice to move from kind of like the hustle bustle of filmmaking, which is filmmaking? The way I broke it down is, you got your videographers and then you got your filmmakers, and like your videographers are the people that want to do the things themselves, which is completely fine. I mean, if you want to do it yourself, do it yourself. You know what I mean? And on a team, that's your choice. And obviously got your filmmakers that want to work as a team and all that sort of stuff, which is a much more difficult and more of a mind-boggling place to be as a filmmaker. Also, I tend to think videography is actually worse than filmmaking because, like I said, everyone's out for themselves. So therefore, like, I feel like people are trying to take you down and not trying to boost you up.
Yeah. I have days or nights like where I feel like that's, or sometimes I have previously when I was a bit younger. But honestly, I think I've found that there's that much work available that there's enough to go around. I think DJs think the same quite often. I've seen other DJs say the same thing, that there's that much work to go around that some people might beat themselves up that everyone is out to get them, or they're a bit paranoid about this and that. But I feel like if you work any sort of half decent standard, there's got to be enough work out there. Everyone wants videos nowadays of everything. I have people message me about videos like for the businesses and that, where I just tell them straight. I just say like, that isn't even going to do anything for you. You're just thinking I need a video because everyone else has got one.
Yeah.
And you're forcing it. It's not even going to be content that anyone wants to watch. It's just like you're just making it for the sake of making it, and you're going to pay me money that I'm just going to feel a little bit guilty for taking for the sake of nothing, really. So
love that.
I feel like there's such a demand for videos that people, you can just, I don't know. There's so many new videographers every day coming into it. And I think I don't worry about it so much because there's the demand's there, I think.
Yeah, I've mentioned that a lot. I've mentioned that it's a business that can never go broke. Like, people, like, especially with social media now, everyone needs videos. Everyone wants videos. Like, it's a very high demand. And I don't necessarily, like, don't get me wrong, these are just opinions. Like, I don't think everyone's out to get me or whatnot. But I do see certain things, and I'm just like, if the filmmaking industry was a bit more of a community rather than a competition, I think it just would be a better place for everyone else. Because end of the day, like, we all feel this, and you probably can relate. It gets to a point, I'm past this point now, but people do go through this stage where they compare themselves a lot. And the reason being is because it's so negative. Like, it can be a negative place, and it affects your mental health a lot. And especially, and you're just like,
I feel like I have, like, myself, I must have like I reckon I have one night every couple of months where I'll go on like a tangent of looking at other videographers on Instagram who I don't like. There's quite a few that I don't like. I'm not going to pretend that they're in.
They're the negative ones that make you feel shit. Like, that's what I mean.
I feel like it's because everyone, like, no matter what sort of craft you're in and whatever, you're always going to dislike certain people in the same craft just because of how they go about themselves. And I'm sure I've got them, you've probably got them, just generally just people who don't like how you promote yourself. And like, so my thing is, like, I go about it in a way that, and like, I don't do it like really consciously like this, but I never post equipment or talk about equipment, just because I'm absolutely by no means like a tech head. Like, I'm not into new lenses, I'm not into new bodies of cameras or anything. I'm genuinely not. I still shoot on a 5D Mark IV, which is like, I probably should have something a little better, but some people, like, as soon as a new gadget's out, they'll link me. And like, I've got a couple of videographer pals who are well more into like the tech side of it, and they're always like, have you seen that's coming out? And I'm just always like, I don't honestly really care. So for me, like, I'm not really into other videographers who are proper tech heads, like, and I don't mean that like in any sort of beef way, but so Sam Calder, for example, like, I'm sure who Sam Calder is. He won't ever be talking about that. He just lives his life how he lives it, and along the way he makes amazing videos and that. And I think he does it perfect, because like, he don't ever do anything that I get bored of, or where I just think you're such a geek and all this and that. Not that I've got anything against geeks and that, but
no, of course not. It's not going to trick. It's just reality. Like, end of the day, I've had this. I'm not going to mention any names, but there was this one guy that constantly was trying to shut me down for no reason. I did nothing wrong. I would just send an opinion or post my work, and he'd comment negative shit on it, and I was just like, this guy has all this time to be negative.
Yeah.
What is he actually doing with his time? Like, and how is he getting clients, and how? Like, it was just mind baffling how he had so much hate towards someone that I don't even know. Like I didn't even
Yeah.
know him on a personal level. I've never met him in person. And every time he commented something negative, I'd just kill him with kindness every single time. And I
Yeah.
could tell it was frustrating him. That's just like a prime example of how the industry can be. People do want to try shut you down sometimes, and I'm not saying it's a horrible industry to be in, because I think I fucking love this community, especially the people that I really connect with, such as
I
you and
think
all these people that have been on. Sorry, go on.
I think though you do get that same sort of rivalry, like almost any sort of freelance or self-employed craft, let's
Yeah,
say. You are in like you're in like a league of like it's you versus other singular people, and so you
yeah,
do have like a personal beef with them. Whereas like let's say you've got an office job, you're not going to like have a beef with another office worker from like another corporate company, let's say, because probably at the end of the day you're not really too asked about being there. Not
yeah,
to say that for everyone, but I feel like so one of my my best pal, he's a DJ, and he's always got like I can talk about another DJ who I know for like is very like a sound guy, and I get on with him like they're a good friend of mine.
yeah,
And he won't want to hear it, and he'll just like, nah, fuck them. And I'll be like, yeah, I'll be like, they're nice people. Them, I'll be like, just because they're your competition, you shouldn't not like them. And so I
yeah,
feel like it is like I've had videographers where I've not liked them and I've never met them, and then I might have been on a job with them and I've been away with them for a couple of days, and then we've proper got on. And
yeah,
I've got them, and I've thought, of course we got on. Like we're into something so similar. Of course it makes sense that like we would be friends. You know what I
100%.
mean? And but yeah, it's one of them. I can look at people and just I can get the wrong impression, but then when I meet them, like
Yeah.
I feel like I get on with most people really when I'm with them, so it don't ever
I've,
really surprise me. I always like have to remind myself. I'm always just like, of course you're going to be mates. Like
yeah,
you're into the same thing. Do you know what I mean? So
100%. Lots of things in common. I think everyone goes through that stage though, and I'm definitely past that stage now. I'm trying to build something like, and I forgot my fucking point, to be honest. I was gonna say something fucking sick as well, but I forgot.
you
Um,
look just mostly go into music videos at the moment.
uh, I'm trying to step away from it, to be honest, especially with the up north part, because money wise, it's not the best, and also like a lot of people I work with don't let me have creative freedom,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's what I live for. Like if I'm on a project, I'll do stuff that I don't have creative freedom for, because end of the day I've got bills to pay, so I'm gonna take some jobs on that. Obviously,
yeah,
I'm gonna pay, but most of the time now, especially after traveling and stuff, now I've had time to think. I want to do things differently and make content that is impactful. Like
yeah,
even when say I'm working for a corner fucking, say I do a video for a corner shop. I'm not just gonna film the shop anymore. I want to build a story that people can relate to. Like
yeah,
emotions
yeah.
are everything. People know that in the filmmaking industry, and if you can't make something that connects with people, then personally, I just feel like, well, what's the point? Like, it doesn't mean anything. It's just a video. Like you
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
you feel guilty taking the money or doing the job because you feel like you're not even doing it right.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the thing with this industry. We're all perfectionists, so we want to do something that we care about and something that we can put out and be proud of. Because I've
Yeah,
done a lot of projects that I'm not proud of and I haven't put out.
yeah, definitely.
So it's definitely a pride thing. I think you definitely got to take pride in your work.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd also say it's kind of like back and forth battle between between your mind and this industry, especially the creative industry, because you also can't be a perfectionist, otherwise nothing's gonna ever get out. So it's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
like
sure.
finding the balance of finding something that's good enough, but it's not gonna be perfect. Nothing is perfect.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um,
I think that's one of the reasons why I do love doing weddings as well. Is like I say all the promoters I used to work with, definitely not all, but you do get quite a few of them. Like you might finish a video, you send them it, and then they're like, change that, this and that.
yeah,
And quite often I think like, you're by no means creative whatsoever. Like these these lads, like you just think you ain't got a clue. Like
I
and
feel you.
whereas where with the weddings, like they almost always just fully happy to just give me just
Yeah,
free rein, just like do it how I want to do it, and then it's pretty rare that I quite often make like a couple of amendments and stuff, but not like it used to be like when I was doing that sort of stuff.
And it's impactful, mate. I'll tell you now, you've got to be fucking brave to do that shit, bro. I honestly, I avoid weddings so much because you take it so
brave.
Go on.
Brave, did you say?
Brave, yeah, because you take so much responsibility in your job. Like, if you miss one thing, you've fucked it, mate. Like, it's.
Well, you'd think so, right? So, like my Canon, it's almost since I've had it, it like cuts out at certain times, and it's like it can maybe sometimes go like 2 months without cutting out once, and then you might do a shoot where it just like keeps cutting out and that. Yeah, and so there's quite a few weddings I've done where like I've been like, come on, like please do not like fully cut out today. So usually when it cuts out, it'll end up telling me that the memory card's like suddenly corrupt and all this and that. And like I've had a couple like mid-wedding moments where I've absolutely panicked, thinking, no way, if I've lost everything from this wedding, then that'll be fucking horrendous. But it always seems to be like you turn it off, turn it on, and it'll be back to normal. And I know I'm dancing with the devil every time I use it. But yeah, no, I've done a couple of weddings where it's cut off at certain times, like when people have been like, I remember I did one in Italy, and as like usually walk into like the wedding breakfast where everyone's having the meal and that. Yeah. And so it's always like they'll announce them and then you walk through. And so I was doing that one already. And like they walked inside this like castle sort of thing. And as they went in, it just came up on the screen. And so I was walking behind them like that, and it came up saying memory card corrupt and all this and that. And I think my face must have been red, like fully red in my head. I was thinking, oh my God. Because I was like literally walking, everyone was cheering and that. And so I filmed them the full way without even filming. I was thinking, I can't something like pull out like halfway of filming because anyone's going to think, why did he not film that? Then that was such a key moment. But then with weddings, like you've got that much footage, or I've got that much footage. Like let's say I tend to film maybe between like 2 and 3 hours, and my average video that I do is 8 minutes. So really, like it's like you can't really go wrong, because even if you do like miss a major bit, you can they don't even realize by the time they watch it, like there's that much other bits in it that like I've never had someone say like, so where's that bit, where's that bit, where's that bit, where's that bit, you know what I mean? Because let's say there's like 8 major moments in a wedding video. If you miss one of them moments, which at the time it happens, you think, oh my God, I can't believe I've missed that moment. But in the long scheme of things, like they don't even realize, you know what I
mean? Yeah. And how are you finding doing wedding? I know you say you love it, but do you continue on you want to continue it, or do you want to like, is it like a period and then you want to do bigger things?
So I love wedding days. I love being there. I love it's like I can quite often go to a wedding where I won't sometimes even expect to know like a couple of people, and I've been where I've been like, oh my God, there's so many of my good friends here, and I had no idea we were going to see them, and that's a right buzz. I love everything that kind of comes with it. I love talking to like, they're always just really happy people when I'm talking to them back and forth in messages and that. And I hate the editing. The edit, like for me to do like I quote them on a 6 to 8 minute video is what I say it's going to be, and I put about 60 hours work in, I'd say, to that sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? Like I reckon 1 minute of video takes me 10 hours of work, and it's just like fucking hell. Sometimes it kind of takes me like a couple of weeks to get the video fully done from when I start to when I finish, like just sitting down and cracking on. Yeah. And then I can watch it back and it'll be like over in 6 minutes, and I think like, fucking hell, have I just spent 2 minutes on that 2 weeks on that 6 minute video? But no, man, they always seem to be. Yeah, I think so. I hope so.
So obviously that kind of answers my question, I guess. You continue doing this until you want to move
on?
I
think so, yeah. No, so I want to just do like, I can't do more than 10 a year, I don't think. Like I tend to do around 10. I'm not going to like cap it on 10, but like give or take.
Yeah.
Do either side, you know what I mean? Some years I might get 8 and I might be happy with it, and then some years I might get 15, let's say. I don't know. I think if I had kids and that and I had stuff to be paying for, I could probably churn out a good few, but I just know that like when I spend all that time on one, I don't want to be bouncing straight into the next one.
Yeah, and it also gives you time to really focus on the video. You know what I mean? So like, obviously, if you're doing too much, it's kind of like you're gonna be rushing to get the other videos done, and then
100%. To be fair, I'd never do Russian. Like, and people wait. People are very patient. To be fair, like my clients and that, because I do take the piss fully, and I know that I do. But I always think it's like artists, as in like musicians. They'll say that like, or some will say like they'll be ready to make an album when the time is right, sort of thing. And they always say that their albums are better when they make it in their time, when they're like fully like they're ready to make it, rather than like pushing it for a label. You know, you might sign to a label and they're like, right, we need 3 albums in 3 years.
yeah,
Whereas there's some artists, maybe like your Frank Oceans, who'll do like 1 album every few years, and they make it when they're ready. And that's kind of how I would do it with weddings, like not to like prove a point of like taking the piss or anything, but just because I just want to make it when I'm like in the right headspace. I don't want to make one, spend all this time on it, and then jump straight into the next one, because I'm just gonna hate it. You know what I mean?
yeah. I'm about to say it's all about taking time in your craft, and especially
definitely
when you're constantly using your brain to be creative, it takes time. Like I've had a few days. I've been doing YouTube since I've been back with the lockdown and shit, and recently, like this past week, I just found it hard to get in front of the camera and just do a tutorial, because I've been doing it almost every day. I've been putting out a video almost every single day since and it's just like I need a little rest. I need time to think and come with new things and just like take a little break away from it. But then I feel guilty, because I should be like, well, nah, I should be putting out more content because I'm trying to build something. And
sure.
It's tough. How are you coping this year as well, considering lockdown? Because all weddings have been pushed back, haven't they?
Yeah. So a lot of my weddings are rescheduling for next year. So it's like I've already got a few bookings in for next year. So like I'm probably just gonna have a very busy summer next year, I think. Yeah, which is like the summertime is perfect, 'cause that's all that means, is that I'm going to be going out and like going to weddings, filming them and stuff, which is cool. I could film a wedding every day, maybe like every 2 days. Like I could do them all the time, but it's the editing. Like I know that I'm going to stack all these up, and then I'm going to have to edit them all, and I had like 10 stacked up from last summer, and I'm just about to finish the final one now. Whereas like I don't know, the idea of like maybe having like double that next summer scares me a bit, but.
Well, I'm always here to help, but I never edited a wedding video, so.
I've got a right hand man called Dan Bridge, and he helps me with some of my edits, and I do like a cheaper package sort of thing, which people don't know about, to be fair, because I never, even with my wedding work and that, I never promote it. And so when people message me saying what's cracking, that I do offer like a cheaper package where my mate edits them. I put like a finishing touch on them and that, but yeah, man.
That's what to do it, mate. Especially when you, like I say, if you're in a headspace where you don't really want to do it, then good to bring someone in, I guess, and to break it up.
He never edits the stuff that I basically say. I tell him there's like a premium price and like a reduced price. I wouldn't ever get him on the premium, like if it wasn't.
Yeah.
I'd never get him on the premium if without them knowing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So how do you like? I don't know. Every time I see you, you kind of like. I might be wrong because everyone has down days. But how do you remain positive, I guess, in a lot of situations? Because every time I see you, you're just positive. And this has got nothing to do with media related. It's just, I guess,
sure.
life advice, I guess.
I don't know. I don't think there's like any sort of solution that everyone can run by. Do you know what I mean? I've not got some sort of like special secret but I don't know. I have the odd day or whatever, or odd hour in that where maybe I'm not so happy, but
yeah,
just kind of.
Do you feel like you've done a bit of traveling, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been some places. I've been India. I've seen that you've just recently been India.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. What were your thoughts on it?
I loved it, mate. Probably like be one of the best places I've ever been. I loved it.
Amazing, but for a different reason. Like it's I just never experienced a place like that. in all aspects, from the poverty to Mumbai is funny because one side's like poor and then the other side's rich and fancy. It's weird.
Yeah. We were in Mumbai for like less than 48 hours.
Yeah, we were there for 12 hours.
Oh, wait, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We were there for like I think maybe we did 2 nights, and then we went down to like Goa and that. But yeah, like did you go Delhi?
Funny story. We got to Delhi, and then the riots were happening. So there was riots happening in India at the time, and we booked a really cheap hotel, but it looked quite nice on Booking.com. By the way, Booking.com sells dreams, mate. Whatever you see on Booking.com, it's not where it is in real life.
We've done that, especially in India. Yeah, we were turning up to places where they were looking shit compared to photos.
Yeah, it's mad. So the street that the hotel was on was cornered off, and then the taxman was like, "Oh, it's dangerous up there. It's dangerous. You can't go up there." So it was like, "What? Our hotel's up there." So then we rang the hotel, and it was like, "Oh yeah, it's shut. We're not open." And we was like, we had no cancel information or nothing like that. So we was just like, "Well, how come you didn't tell us beforehand?" So it was basically in Delhi, homeless. We didn't have nowhere to go.
Yeah.
But from then onwards, I was like, this is already going to be a journey. I know it is. So then we got took to a travel agency, which I didn't really want to go to.
No, they're the worst thing ever in India. They're all a con, aren't they?
Yeah, they take the piss.
We had no idea. We got scammed by one. We paid a ridiculous price for some shit on.
We paid stupid. I know I shouldn't really speak figures, but we spent over $2,000 in India, which is cheap as fuck. And we soon realised, like, we kind of worked it out. They probably took around 500, 700 commission.
Yeah.
And in India, you know that's a lot of money. Like, they'll be happy with 50 quid, never mind frigging 500 to 700 quid commission.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we kind of got a bit scammed. But saying that, we were safe. We had a private driver. All of our transport was booked. All of our hotels were booked.
Literally, I've got the exact same story. So we got suckered into it with a what do you call it? The shop.
Travel agency, yeah.
Travel agent, yeah, it's like a travel agent, innit? So yeah, we got suckered into one of them, and they'd proper, because we were there from like New Year's Eve, and so they told us, like, everyone seemed to be telling us that all the trains were closed due to like it being New Year's and whatever. But we don't think they were. We're pretty sure we've just been lied to. So anyway, as travel agent, we ended up spending $1,000 because we just had to. We more or less had to. And we spent $1,000 like English, so like free each, let's say. And it probably, if you'd like paid each bit individually, like, and there was no commission involved, it could have been maybe like 60 quid each or something. It was crazy. Like my mate Tommy were fuming, just that, like, because me and my other pal Joe, we just wanted to like get out of the situation, so we were just like, take our money and just let's get this day over with, and we started.
Yeah.
Where, yeah, man, it's part of the learning curve, isn't it, when you go to them sort of places. Have you been anywhere else in Asia? Or like your first time in Asia?
I'm loving this conversation, by the way. I like the fact that we've broken away from media, because it is a bit too much at times. You know what I mean? Like, media. Mate, yeah, I went to a few other places in Asia. I love Asia. I fell in love with Asia. Like, everything about it is just beautiful, from the places to the nature to the people. Like Sri Lanka. Have you ever been Sri Lanka?
Not been Sri Lanka, no.
Mate, you have to go. Like, it's the most beautifulest place I've ever been, and not just for the nature, for the people. It's basically the people. They're basically Indians that live there, obviously the Sri Lankans, but I think they're inherited from India. But they're completely different people.
Yeah.
Completely. And it's so weird. Like, it's literally right next door. Like, although India are like helpful people and whatnot, but they're all about money.
Oh, 100%. They've all got an end game. Mate, in India, you can have a 10-minute conversation of somebody getting to know you, where you think you're on like a personal level, like you're making a friend or something, and there's an end game of them where they want to make money out of it somehow.
Yeah.
And we had a few experiences where we were like, no way, have you just chatted to us for half an hour, smiling, and the whole end goal was just to get a bit of money out of it.
Whereabouts did You said you went to Mumbai and Goa. Did you go anywhere else? Like, did you just go up the north or Delhi or?
Yeah, so we did quite a lot of Rajasthan. We were there for a month.
Yeah.
We did quite a lot of Rajasthan, and then went down from there. This was all with a driver, so we drove around Rajasthan
Yeah.
for like maybe like 10 or 15 days down to Mumbai.
Must
Then
be
we
the
got the
exact
train
same.
down to Goa. Say that again.
Everywhere must do the exact same thing.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah, we did
Oh,
like Udaipur, Jaipur.
yeah.
Did the what do you call it? Why have I forgotten what that's called?
I don't know what that is.
Oh my!
Right, I'll name what we went to because it probably was the same route. We went to Pushkar, Jaipur, Agra, obviously where Taj Mahal is.
Taj Mahal is what we're on about.
Yeah. Oh no, you was on about. Yeah. What did you think of that? I thought like.
Yeah, I thought it was amazing. We went on we went for like the sunrise sort of thing. So we got there at like 6 a.m.
Nice.
We were just like we were like one of the first in, so there were not that many people when we were walking up to it, and it was proper peaceful. And that. Yeah, I thought it was amazing, mate. Really amazing.
Amazing, mate. How can humans make something like that? I don't understand.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
It can't even be replicated, mate. No one can build up like that now.
No. Yeah,
no
it's
way.
amazing.
But I find that really mind-boggling as well, because you go into Taj Mahal and like it's beautiful, and then you leave and it's like, where the fuck am I now? Like, it's literally in the middle of nowhere, and like as soon as you leave Taj Mahal, it's kind of like, not in a disrespectful way, but it's a shithole. Like, obviously that's India in general. Like, I think that's the beauty of India. I think the beauty of India is the fact that you've got these beautiful spots, and then you're back out into a shithole. But that's what I love about that country.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a weird experience. And then obviously you've got your fucking cows on the road and all this mad shit. The food's amazing. Did you ever get Delhi belly?
No, not so bad. Me personally, my mates, I think they were a little bit sick at times, but I were all right on that one. But I was going to say, funnily enough, you know, when you said Booking.com sell you a dream,
yeah,
that was like, what area is it? Sorry, the Taj Mahal's in.
It's called Agra. That's the town. It's called.
Agra, yeah. So we stayed in the hotel we stayed in. Like, so basically, we arrived at like 1 a.m. with the plan to get up at like 6 a.m. for the sunrise thing. And within our full trip, that was like the number one hotel where like they'd sold us a dream. So we'd been driving for like 8 hours. We got to this hotel and we were like, we'd purposely gone on Booking.com. We'd purposely found something like nicer just because we thought, let's have a nice few hours, like a proper night sleep and that. We got in there and all sheets were like had bits of blood on them and that. And I was fuming me. I was proper like shouting at these receptionists and that, and they probably didn't even understand me because it's just in the middle of nowhere, Agra, isn't it?
It's middle of nowhere.
Yeah, and yeah. So for us going to Agra, like we arrived at maybe like 1 a.m. We were up at 6 a.m. We saw Taj Mahal, and then by like maybe like 9 a.m. we were back on road going to. I think after that was like Udaipur or Jaipur. Yeah. And so we were there for like just such a short, like brief moment. And that was like, as you were saying, it was like, Agra, there's nothing even really there, is there? Like, you just go there, Taj Mahal, and then you're on your way.
Didn't even much food spots to eat either. Like, it's just, the way I'd explain it is, it's just a long road. This is how I remember it, especially in the car. A long road. It's just like, I won't even say houses, it's like huts. Like, small bricked huts along the street.
Yeah.
And we took like a little narrow turn, which is basically nothing. We just rubble road, and then we ended up being in this back street hotel. And then you walk towards Taj Mahal, which is same. When you walk into Taj Mahal, bricks, like little stalls all the way there. Go through Taj Mahal, it's like you're in a different fucking world. It's like, this is beautiful. What the fuck?
Yeah,
and then Goa was unreal.
Yeah.
It doesn't even feel like India.
Where did you go in
Goa? Palolem Beach.
Yeah, I've been Palolem.
Yeah. We didn't. But the thing is, because it was just so hardcore up north. Travel, car, journey, train, fucking plane. Didn't even stop like to breathe. So when we got to Goa, obviously I know there's North Goa, there's waterfalls, there's all this other place.
Got settled and stayed in that.
We just stayed in the fucking place. It was like, man, just chilled on the beach every single day.
Yeah. Have you heard of Arambol?
Arambol, is that the North?
It's in Goa. It could be. It's where we started in Goa, so it probably was north.
Yeah.
Hilarious, mate. Like, just this like Long Beach, just the most hippified
Yeah.
community of people. But I'd never seen anywhere else. Like, not even in anywhere else in India. Like, came close to like Arambol. What the people were like. Me and my two pals, we found it hilarious, mate. Just you'd walk down the beach and they were just doing stuff where you got to see it for yourself, sort of thing. Like you got to see it to believe it. Just doing crazy stuff, and all these people are like white, like maybe Europeans and that. You know what I mean? They're all coming. There's not many Indian people about. It's just loads of fucking absolutely hippified people from every other pocket of the world. They've all come together and they're all just being weird together.
I think some of them live there, you know. Like I think Goa's like a very touristy place to live. I think.
Yeah.
So you definitely get a lot of hippies living there, and
like Bali and whatever. I know a few people are living over in Bali now, and I can imagine Goa would probably go that similar sort of direction.
I'm so pissed off I didn't even manage to get to Bali. Like
I did Bali. I thought it was all right.
It's too touristy now. People are saying that, isn't it?
It's what? Sorry.
Too touristy. People are saying.
2014 when I went.
Oh yeah, that was to be perfect.
I feel like it's. I mean, I know that's not compared to some people. That's not very long, but I feel like it's picked up quite a lot in the last couple of years of like how trendy it is on Instagram and shit like that. You see all these people that are floating breakfast on swimming pools and shit like that. But yeah, I think when we were there, we were just a bit like. It's a bit like somewhere where I felt like you had to bargain your way through shit all the time. You were always like trying to negotiate something. Whereas like Thailand, let's say, like I don't think you get nothing like that. Like in Thailand, everyone just no one's like out to try to get money off you and shit. I think anyway.
That's true, actually. I've because that's where we stayed most of our time actually, because we actually extended our visas. We was meant to go to Vietnam, which then our plane got cancelled because there was stopped borders, Great British people going in.
That's Corona?
Yeah, because that's when Great Britain was going up fast. So there was a border to Great British people.
You were meant to still be. Were you meant to still be away now?
Yeah, I was meant to come home on the 8th of June. That's when my flight was booked back home.
Fucking hell, that's a long one, that.
Yeah, very long. It was like almost 6 months. We was gonna finish in New Zealand and then fly home. Oh mate, it will cut so fucking short, but it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Another time, definitely. I would think.
100%. I probably want to do it all again though. Like, I definitely want to go back to India, but I want to stay longer because we was only there for 2 weeks, and then when we got there, we soon realised it's nowhere near fucking enough. Like,
no, it's huge, isn't it?
No, I didn't realise how big it is. Like, it's huge.
Yeah.
I probably want to visit somewhere different though. I think Rajasthan's a typical touristy thing. Like, I know a lot of people just go that route because I'm assuming the agency situation is kind of similar to everyone. I probably want to go. We was West Coast. I probably want to try East Coast next. See what that's saying. But
yeah, what you mean? Yeah, down. That's like.
It's kind of like where Sri Lanka is, just like making your way down that coast, and then Sri Lanka is just there.
Yeah. What's it called? Right at the bottom. That's where we were trying to finish, but we didn't get there in time. Really. It's got a name. I've fully forgotten it. It don't matter anyway. But it's going to be unbelievable down there. Right on the very southern tip of it.
I wanted to go there actually because I've heard you might be on about the same place. Are you on about the place where it's just full of water and like
it's a lot of water.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to quickly Google it. I'm so curious.
Like it's a really weird name.
I saw the name for it then. It's called. Oh, did I? Shit, man.
Yeah, for the people listening, heavily advised go India. It'll change everything that you think of life. Like, your perspective, your gratitude, like just everything will just change as soon as you step foot on that place. It's like it's very humbling.
Yeah, it's amazing. Hampy is what I was trying to think
Hampy,
of.
yeah,
Hampy. Like that was like our goal that we wanted to finish at Hampy. I'm sure it was Hampy that we wanted to finish it, but we just didn't quite get down there.
yeah.
Or is it?
It's
Quite sure
around there, Hampy, and there's like a few others. It's like Hampy's the state, I think, and then there's like little towns where obviously you do what you do and shit. But
yeah. I've seen like because my like basically I'm halfway through a wedding video now, and then when I've done that, I'm going to finally do my India video.
Yeah.
Which is like, so it's like nearly halfway through 2020 now. This was like January of 2019. I've just never found time to get it done on that. But I've seen your India stuff sick. But it's like it's so different to like what I've gone for. I think because I've been there like with two of my mates and we've been boozing every day. It's quite a lot more like boozy and stupid stuff. Yours like proper artist cinematic. Yours is class though, man. I've been loving it.
I think for me, I wanted to really. It sounds cliche as fuck, but I wanted to basically that video explains how I feel, like how I felt during that time. And I honestly believe like from before I went traveling to now, I feel like I have changed, not completely because you don't change that quick. Like
no.
I was fucking born with certain things. It's going to take years for me to get to any sort of difference. But I think just the whole outcome on life, and I feel like happiness, unless you're obviously ill with depression and all that sort of stuff, which I understand, because of obviously family members and shit like that. I get it, but I do really believe that happiness is a choice, especially when you go to a place like that and they literally have nothing. Like a lot of people have nothing, but they're smiling every single time you see them. They're smiling.
Yeah.
So from then onwards, I was like, well, how can they be so happy? And then us in UK, we've got everything we need. We've got bedroom, we've got warmth, we've got central heating, we've got clothes, we've got all this shit. But yet, I've seen more depressed people in UK than I have seen in India.
Yeah.
And it just kind of put everything in perspective. And I was like, that's why I called it perspective.
Yeah, sure. I know what you mean. When you see stuff and you think no one's got the right to be like fucking angry and pissed off on that back home.
No one, but I understand.
Everyone's got their own shit going on, don't they? Like, don't matter how rich or how easy your life is. If someone's ill in your family or something like that, like you're gonna be on a downer. But I think, and this gets spoken about all the time nowadays. But I think social media is like such a big reason for shit. Like people are just getting stressed out and pissed off at stuff that is absolutely by no means important. Like
100%.
just fucking get pissed off at how many likes they've got and shit. And I'm a sucker for it as well. But I feel like in the last 6 months I've become more and a little bit more and more like conscious that I'm like that, and that pisses myself off a little bit because like I can see myself at sometimes. You know what I mean? Like I can do a video. And like so, like my best mate Tom O'Neill, he's a really good photographer, and his work's fucking beautiful. And like he can put something on where he thinks like this is a banger, and I can put a video on where I think I'm really proud of this and whatever. And then it'll do shit, and then all of a sudden you start thinking about stuff like that isn't even important. Like in terms of like why is this video that I've spent all this time on that I think some of my best work? Why has it got like fuck all engagement? Why has it got no likes and that? And then you can put on a photo of something absolutely shite, like a meme that you've just found a second ago, and you might get look like it might do well, sort of thing. And you beat yourself up over it, and it's such a weird pressure. Like I don't know, it's Instagram and social media and stuff. It's like when you're self-employed and when you do what we do, and like it does genuinely rely on that. Doing well on there is an important thing, and you're beating yourself up over shit that does not matter. It's so annoying. TZ sent me a video the other day, and it was like, should I put this on Instagram as it's a post? And it was like the nicest video of him and like one of his best mates just having a laugh and all this and that. And I literally said to him, I said, I felt so bad that I said, no, like it's not going to do well on your Instagram, that. Yeah. And I know that he's like, ultimately, he like his career relies on that. And so he's looking for posts that are going to do well. But really, at the same time, like, he loves this video, and like, he's messaging me saying, "Do I post this?" And I said to him, "I don't want to tell you. I never in my life want to tell someone not to post that video. That's a video of you and your best mates having a laugh. No one should never tell you to post that." But I said, it's probably not going to do very well, because that's not really very funny to anyone apart from you and your friend, or your other friends. And I said to him, "You're going to put that video on, and you're probably going to come out the other end of it like not on a good buzz, because people are probably going to ignore it." And that, and it's such a weird pressure that, like,
it's not the fact you were telling him not to do it. I guess the point of view you was looking at it as is you were trying to save him.
Just feeling bad, like him just sat there maybe thinking like, why aren't people into that? Do you know what I mean? But like, you can see why people might not buzz off another video, because something might be something really special to you, but to anyone else, it's not that good. But it's like, as soon like you get it in your head that if them lot don't like it, then I don't know, it's just weird, man. It's like such like a new pressure that no other generations like ever felt. All this shit for like likes and that, and it's just like bullshit, man. Like,
it's because it's so new still. Like, it's to be honest, really and truly, YouTube started 2006, and people kind of got the grips of it in like 2018. I mean 2008, sorry. So like from then onwards, it's kind of been about social media, and even then, it's only been 12 years since then. Like, no, it's still a baby. Like, but look at, it's a balance in it, because look how much good it's done, but look how much bad it's also doing. But
definitely.
I guess you got to look at it in a positive light, because if you start, and again, it's all to do with mindset. But again, everyone's fucking human being. Like, everyone's gonna have those days where they feel shit and they're gonna think negative, and social media tends to get to people a lot more. Like, the thing I realized when I was traveling, going back to traveling and all that sort of stuff, I went on my phone for about an hour a day, like max an hour a day, and it'd be like maybe 10 minutes in the morning just saying hi to family and shit like that. And then at night time I'll scroll through like Instagram and do all that sort of shit, and obviously message family again, FaceTime. And during that period, you can see it in the vlogs, I'm just happier. And I think it's because I was away from the judgment of social media and people commenting on the likes, and it's these dopamines, like it's the small buzz that you get off now that I'm back from traveling and I've been doing YouTube every single day and always on social media doing this, that, and the other. I'm slowly creeping into that horrible stage where, like you said, looking at numbers all the time and, oh well, this, that, and well, why can I get this, but I'm not getting, you know what I mean? You're always questioning things, like, and I think the more time you spend on social media, that creeps in a lot more. I've realized.
It's not healthy, I don't think.
And like I said, it's a blessing in disguise at the same time, so I can't talk shit about it.
Definitely. What I find with post with myself is like, it's like, let's say I post a video, I'm wording this. I can post something and it's like, if it's a hit, like it's like your post is a hit within maybe 10 minutes, you can see that like it's flying like a good post does. And so like maybe as soon as I know like it's a hit, that's all, like I'm done. And like, let's say it could end on like a very high amount of likes or views or whatever, and like that, like certain whatever it finishes on, I almost stop looking as soon as I know it's a hit. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know it's a hit and I'm like, it's cool. I'm like, cool, that person is doing well. I'm leaving it to do its bit. I'm not like looking at it like, oh my God, I'm setting a personal record for how many likes or how many views this has got. Do you know what I mean? Because I genuinely do not even care about that. But it's like that first initial part of like, do people like it and shit like that? I'm still like at a war where I'm like, why the fuck do I care if anyone likes that or not? Like, I genuinely don't care if I like it. I like it. That's all that matters, really. I'm posting shit on my Instagram because I like it, and whoever likes me, if they like what I like, maybe we've got that mutual interest, and I don't need to appeal to fucking thousands of people. at once. Like, why am I trying to do that? So
I think that's the best way to look at it, to be honest, if I'm being honest, bro. Like, if you look at it like that, I think there'll be much less judgment, or there'll be much less disappointment, I guess, within your posts and likes and shit like that. I think the more you think of it as, well, I like it and I'm going to post it because it makes me happy. It all comes down to happiness, I guess, isn't it? So if you're happy with whatever you're putting up and it's a true representation of yourself, then you shouldn't even get away from it. Like,
exactly. But it still can beat you up.
It can.
I done a recent wedding. I uploaded the stuff on my Instagram. It didn't do well at all, and in my head I was like, cause I always post the screenshots from wedding videos, and the wedding video that I'm talking about, I'm not going to mention it, but that's probably like my best. That's up there as my best work I've ever done. And the post proper flopped on Instagram, and I was just fucking thinking, like, this is my best work. Why is this like one of my biggest flops? This is one of my best work, and it proper like one of them. It can just like ruin your afternoon or your evening or whatever. And it's like, who cares apart from yourself? That's what I always think. Who cares apart from yourself? Like, the pressure as well of posting regularly. Like, you can sometimes I can not post for a week, and I'll think, I need to post something. Like, I might start looking at old footage and stuff like that. Like, what can I make out of something old? But never in my life have I gone on like somebody else's Instagram and thought, well, they haven't posted in a week. Like, what are they up to? They're dead, or they're boring, or something like that. I don't like. No one ever thinks like it's only yourself thinking about yourself. Like, I've not posted in a week. Who the fuck cares if you're not posting in a week?
That is so true. That is actually so fucking true. I think, like I said, it's getting bad for me, especially with the YouTube thing. But I realize, like, I'm snapping out of it, and I'm just like, if I'm not feeling it, don't fucking post. Like, don't do a video. Like, If I'm not feeling it, then just fucking leave it. I don't have to, because I don't want to get into that trap where I'm doing it for the numbers. I want to do it because I'm enjoying it. And when I first, like the first month of being back, I fucking loved it. I was putting out videos every day, and I didn't feel no pressure.
Yeah,
but
every day. That's a mad bit of work rate. That
it's like, with this podcast helps. Like, if I didn't do this, I think it would be a struggle, because end of the day, this is content I can post, and this is content I really enjoy doing, because first of all, I can speak my opinion, and I can just speak freely, and it lets a lot off your chest. And like I said, when I'm not feeling the best, and I am feeling creative as any other day, then I've got things like this to post and have it as a replacement of some sort. But yeah, it is tough, and this past week has took a toll on me, and it has felt like effort rather than enjoyment. So
yeah, definitely.
When it does get to that point, snapping out of it and kicking myself and reminding myself, look, you're doing this to enjoy it. Don't get caught up in the numbers, because I have been this week refreshing pages, expecting numbers to fucking fly up and my subscribers to go up, and I need to snap out of it. It's not reality. It's not why I'm doing this. I'm doing this to build a community. I'm doing it because I enjoy it. I'm doing it to help others. I shouldn't be thinking about the numbers.
No.
That's what social media does. And that's what numbers do in general. That's why money is such a dangerous thing as well. Because as soon as you see those numbers in your bank account, you even want to spend it if you've got like some sort of an obsession on. I just think numbers are a bad thing for human beings, and
100%. You know, JME, Skepta's brother.
Yeah.
So he's done like a couple of rants about it before, and like on his YouTube, if you go on his YouTube, like he's always got all his comments turned off. He's got like his likes and dislikes turned off, so you can't see any of that. You can always see views, I think, but like he's done a couple of rants before where just like people look like, you might send someone a song, and then like, so your mate might be like, listen to this song, it's fucking one of my favorites, and then you'll open it, and your first thing is like, you'll look at the views, and in your head you'll think, well, you think this has only got 500,000 views, this song probably can't be that good, and so you never get on that same level of like, this track's a banger. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're like, other people aren't spotting it, it's probably because there's a reason for it. It's not very good. So like, yeah, he's proper, like, he's on a mission to sort of show that, I guess. I don't know. I've not worded
Yeah.
that very well. But
Change the way
I
of
see
thought.
that again, sorry.
It's changing the way of thought of how we see numbers, because
Yeah.
people always say numbers don't lie, but it's not about the numbers. It's about the content, and it's about the person. If they're happy with
Yeah, definitely.
that they're putting out and they're fully satisfied, then the numbers should just be irrelevant. And I think over the years, it's just been installed in humans that numbers are a thing, and numbers will always be a thing now throughout the future, because it's just so installed in the human DNA that we're always searching for numbers, and we always want the numbers to go up. We never want them to go down. And then when we do see them go down, we're getting into a negative state. And I don't know the scientific reasoning behind it. I've done no fucking research, but it's just how I feel and everyone else feels. So it must be some sort of fact.
Yeah. That's why the people who are going through, like, the people nowadays, when they get famous for maybe a little brief time, like your Love Islanders and stuff, that's what they're looking at, mate. They're going on Love Island, they're absolutely blowing up, like, in terms of popularity online and stuff. And then, like, maybe a year later, when it's all died down, all they're not all getting depressed by no means, but some of them are, and it's because they're posting content out, and they might think they're putting good content out, but they're probably losing followers and followers, like maybe like 100 every other day and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what's getting them down, like the peaking. And then, like, it couldn't be more, like, in front of your face, like your numbers. Again, it's just like they'll notice that the likes going down, the fucking followers are going down, all this and that. Like, whereas back in the day, like, let's say fucking 15, 20 years ago, if you had like a little bit of fame, the only way you were really noticing your fame going down is probably because your money were running out a little bit. You didn't have all these other reminders that, like, oh, by the way, you're not as popular anymore compared to what you are now. But like when you can literally just keep refreshing your followers, and they're going down like a few pings every time, it's not good for you, that shit. Definitely not.
Very, very, very true. It's a true point. I mean, numbers are everywhere now, aren't they? So it's hard to avoid unless you completely shut off social media. But then, like I said, if your whole business and your whole kind of revenue comes from social media, then it's kind of like you can't really do that. And in all honesty, I'd say 80% of the population revenue does come from social media now.
Yeah, definitely.
But like I said, I don't know. It all comes down to happiness, I guess. You have to keep reminding yourself, I'm happy doing this. If I put this content out, does it represent me? This is me in my happiest state. It's who I am. Like, and I think that's kind of the realization I'm having. And traveling, like I said, definitely made me realize that you have to do things that make you happy ultimately, because it's you. Whatever makes you happy and you put it online is your true representation of who you are. And if people don't like it and they start following you, that's people you don't want following you anyway. So
yeah, sure.
But I think I'm going to wrap it up. I think it's been. I don't even know. It said it's recording, but I'm
pretty
sure.
On there. What time, man? How long's that been?
It's been about 2 hours. people that ever listening to this. This was actually really good, mate. I've really enjoyed this, to be honest.
Yeah, sweet. Thank you.
I even messaged you before. Yeah, I even messaged you. I said, I know this podcast is going to get sick and deep, because obviously I write stuff down. I always write stuff down to ask, but I knew with Ben it would just go off to something else. But I've really enjoyed it, because I think it's obviously I don't want to put limits on the podcast. I don't want it to just be media. And I think we've kind of definitely brought the boundaries today in terms of that. And we kind of spoke a little bit about life and traveling and stuff like that. So really enjoyed it, mate. I got a lot off my chest there.
Nice. Thank you very much. I was flattered when you messaged me as well. It's a good buzz to hear that someone else cares about you and whatever. So no, man, that's really nice.
Your work speaks for itself, and you're a genuine guy, mate. Honestly, I really like you as a person. So, and I think that's the main thing, getting people on here, people that I really vibe with and trying to get on. Obviously, new people as well that I've never met. More for the media side of things. But yeah, people like you, fucking people need to know about you, bro. Like, that's why I'm trying to get you on here. And to be honest, most people watching this will probably be all people anyway. But for the people that are not, then they get to know you, and
Yeah.
yeah. And it's
Sweet.
been positivity. It's been a positive chat, I think.
Thank you very much. If you keep
No.
if you keep the podcast going and you run short of any guests, well, let us go
Yeah.
again. I could talk forever, really. So
It was a good conversation. I'm pretty sure we'll definitely have more in the future.
nice. Right, I'm off to get pissed up and play a bit of Call of Duty.
Take it easy, bro.
Top man, thank you very much. See you later.